It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens under the lights on Monday night.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go play action now. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Off tackle left with Henry. Past the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Henry. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now they'll change things up. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Here's Nix. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Marvin Mims, 72 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Running left, it's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Lamar changing the look. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Jackson. Flushed out right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. But Nick Bonito not letting him escape there. He was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped him behind the line. Now they'll audible to something else. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it. This time doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Tackle there by Michael Pierce. Now a 2nd and 10. They run it again with Williams. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Nix to the air. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain of 37. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now 2nd and 9. Throwing Nix. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Adam Troutman, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Play action. Now Jackson. His throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. The handoff running left. Henry takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Now it's Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now they'll change things around before the snap. To throw, here's Nix. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now it's Nix. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jackson now. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. So we have come to a happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The pass.
A first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Owe. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Now Jackson. Being chased out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball notched free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
And he stopped immediately there. 2nd and 10. And now an audible here into something else. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Nix. He'll air this one out from Mims. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll run it again with Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 55 yards. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Here is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. They try the left side here with Williams. Oh, he bowls it. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And now they'll shift things around. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second and short now following the fumble. First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jaleel McLaughlin taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15. Here's Jackson. And Walker has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Second down and a yard. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
An audible here to get a new look. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. The busy night continues for Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here's Nix. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Nix. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds Bateman over the middle. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now it's Jackson. Puts it on the carpet and it's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football back as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. After the interception, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they do finally get him at the 12. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. Throwing, Jackson. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion. But still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do. And don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Now Jackson. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.